Hi, this is Joyce with the Pilkington Homestead. Today I'm going to be making chocolate pudding. And actually this is my chocolate pie recipe too. You just cook it a little longer and get it thicker. I got this recipe when I was in my 20s from my Grandmother Pernie Baldree. And that is my mother's mother. And I have tweaked it just a little bit through the years, but basically this is still her recipe. And you start off with 2 cups of milk. And I use regular milk. I don't like to turn the stove on until I get something in there. Okay, I'm going to put it on 5.5 right now, but I'll be turning it down. Okay, so you put this in and you let it kind of scald. So I'm scalding the milk. And what scalding means is that you just put your milk in and you let it get hot, but you don't let it boil or burn or anything like that. You just want it to get hot. Now that it is, I have 3 eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 3 eggs. Let me bring it over here. And I'm just going to put a little of this hot milk in it at a time. So I do not want this to scramble. So I just put a little at a time and see how smooth it gets. So now it's ready to go into the scalded milk. And what you do is you just take and you just keep a whisking and dribble the eggs into the mixture. And this is 3 egg yolks. Okay. So once you do that, you're going to take three-fourths cup sugar, a pinch of salt, 1/3 cup flour, and 1/2 cup cocoa. And that's the baking cocoa that has no sugar in it. And so then you're going to take that and you're going to mix it all together. Now we're going to take some of our hot mixture and we're going to put it in here. What this is going to do is help us not have too many lumps. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to whisk it until it's all smooth. And sometimes with this recipe, if I'm making a pie, I will take chocolate chips and I will put the chocolate chips in here too. So you can see it's getting nice and smooth. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it into the milk mixture, milk and egg mixture. And now we're going to whisk. And we're just waiting for it to get thick. Now, I've been stirring this and it's starting to get thick. And I don't know if I said this or not, but I'm going to use this pudding for a recipe that I'm going to be making later. So since I want pudding, I'm going to take it off while it's still pretty thin. See, because I want the pudding. I'm going to put a capful of vanilla in it. And I'm going to put about that much butter. Sometimes I use more. And then I'm just going to stir this while the vanilla gets everywhere and the butter melts. Now if you were making a pie, you would cook this longer because you'd want it to be thick. So when it cut into the pie, you would have a thick where it doesn't run. But since I'm wanting to pour this over something, I'm wanting it thin pudding texture. And you just keep stirring until your butter melts. Now what I'm going to do, since I'm not ready to serve this for any reason, I'm going to pour it in a bowl. And I'm going to take some saran wrap and I'm going to put over the top of it. And it's important that when you do that, you make sure that the saran wrap touches the pudding. So when I put this on, I probably should let it cool just a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. I want this to touch the top of the pudding all the way around, completely. Then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and when I get ready to make the rest of the recipe, then I'll have this ready for me to use. And the reason I put the saran wrap on there is because when you have pudding or pie or something like that and it's just air open, then it will form a thin or sometimes thick film over it, and you lose some of your product and it's just not appetizing. So if you do this, when you pull this up, the air didn't get to it and you won't have that film on there. So I hope you'll see the next recipe I do using this, and I hope this helped show you how I make my puddings and pies. Thanks for coming by. Bye.